As the saying goes, good friends help you move. You can move the body with the support of great buddies. Back when those were the height of internet humor, you may have seen it put on a sardonic e-card on Tumblr. Although the superficial reading only emphasizes the value of having reliable friends, take a moment to consider that scenario in greater detail. What did you do, friend? Imagine being called upon to assist with the removal of a deceased person. Being accused in a crime is nearly as bad as actually committing one. This week's Alien, Earth begins in this manner, with Jonathan Ajayi's naive Smee, Jonathan Ajayi, bursting out of his boyhood as he assists an incompetent slightly, Adarsh Gourav, in moving a face-hugged Arthur. David Rysdahl's character Sylvia goes to the beach to complete Slightly's plan with Babou Ceesay. Although seeing the loss of someone's innocence is difficult, Ajayi's nuanced performance is stunning. In Emergence, the penultimate episode of Alien, Earth, the Lost Boys and the tranquility of Neverland completely break apart. The others are divided between remaining faithful to Prodigy and escaping by any means required, while one of them, Isaac, Kit Young, is dead, supposedly anyway. The paradise has become a horror. Who is going to get away? And to what location will they flee? This is everything that happened in episode 7 of Alien, Earth. Allow me to apologize for last week's recap, but I really thought it would be a much bigger deal because the facility was going into chaos, but as soon as Kirsch, Timothy Oliphant, and Boy Cavalier, Samuel Blanken, arrive, Prodigy cleans up the mess with ease, and Boy doesn't blink over spilled milk, all $6 billion worth of it. Last week, I thought maybe this is the moment that Kirsch gets his way to turn on Boy, but it doesn't seem to be happening just yet. For now, Boy's focus is on the octopus eye monster and the sheep it has taken over. An informal experiment informs Boy that the monster is extremely smart enough to understand math. Around the end of the episode, Kirsch saves Smee and Slightly, more on them soon, from Morrow, whose fellow Weyland-Yutani boots are cornered by Prodigy in their own territory. This isn't over, says Morrow, to which Kirsch responds, nothing ever is. Is Kirsch's enemy really his friend? Before I reveal who I believe to be this episode's unofficial protagonist, let me say this, Smee steals the show. I'm quite thrilled for our conversation with actor Jonathan Ajayi, who will discuss Smee's emotional psychology and why he's actually the most depressing character in Alien, Earth. Watch this episode if you want your heart broken a little. It was a tough one for the little kid. Smee has up till now played the unappreciated but welcome role of merely another of Prodigy's fruitful experiments. His infectious passion and cheerful demeanor make him a welcome presence where most. The other Lost Boys have already completely embraced their shells. Since episode 2, when he became romantically involved with Slightly and had that amusing conversation with Morrow at the crash scene, Smee has been a favorite. Ajayi has been the most dedicated to his role among all the actors portraying the Lost Boys in Alien, Earth. The man has worked really hard to reaffirm these characters' true selves, as evidenced by the way he slouches his shoulders, whips his arms, and belly laughs like a true child. Ajayi's physical performance serves as a potent reminder of how far Prodigy went to make its breakthrough, and Prodigy is a corrupt company. To confront Morrow, who is working on a grand scheme to demolish Prodigy's most valuable establishment. There are still ominous guys with weapons on patrol, despite the fact that all of the Lost Boys are extremely strong and can easily carry a body for an unknown distance. However, Kirsch, who once more seems to be plotting his own betrayal of Boy Cavalier, provides them with some unexpected assistance. Furthermore, they have no idea what Arthur's situation is. They are unaware that Arthur, who will soon awaken to a horrible, gory end as a chestburster, has a xenomorph embryo planted in him by the "is the greatest location I've ever been," she tells Wendy, who replies that Curly shouldn't tell anyone. She accepts, but they must also consider other potential liabilities. Fortunately, they have company. They have a friend thanks to Wendy's relationship with the xenomorph, and once Wendy releases the xeno from its confinement, it follows her and gives her a good ass whooping when she needs it. The gameplay mechanic of a big, upcoming video game I'm playing right now is very similar to Wendy and the xenomorph's relationship. But when things really go wrong, no xenomorph can assist. Facehugger. Well, it erupts from his chest. They just know that one minute Arthur is ill, the next he is fine, and the next minute he is dead. Even for kids who don't fully comprehend how the world functions, it's a frightening experience. Smee's experience is much more dramatic and sudden, even though slightly has struggled to mature during the past few weeks while under Morrow's influence. Smee was bored a few hours earlier and was most likely pacing his room aimlessly. He had just witnessed a man pass away and has no true understanding of what death is. What a poor child. He just wanted to spend time with Slightly. Now that he has lost his youth, he is most likely a different guy. Not only that, but the other lost boys are also not enjoying themselves. Sydney Chandler's character Wendy, or more accurately Marcy, has been shaken by Isaac's passing. She now supports Hermit's, Alex Lawther, decision to leave. However, Wendy/Marcy cannot leave the others since she is too close to them. Hermit protests, but he gives in to assist Wendy in removing as many of them as possible. After learning that her memory has been erased, an unstable Nibs, Lily